Welcome to From A to Z, the ebook edition.
I'm going to read the title. So From A to Z by Etel Adnan. Oh no. Alisha can't unmute.
Thank you. Got it. Okay. A. Is it that you prefer the raven and the cow to me, i.e. the language and the cloud?
B. April is the cruelest month, and December the darkest. Gone are the East River and the fallout sky. Manhattan is rising instead of the sun.
C. Great flowers are falling just after the rain. Samuel Beckett is sipping tea at the corner of Worcester and Spring.
D. Uproar 1 and 2. The mayor is dead. From the east end to the west, the trains are falling apart like Marilyn Monroe used to.
E. Ronald has a spittoon. The lagoon has the moon between its legs playing ball.
F. 2 pennies on the rug make a woman bend like a soldier coming back from war.
G. Rooms are so full of noise nowadays that angels cover their faces with blood. If I told you I love you, would you believe that airplanes fly at night?
H. No, let it go. You came up with stairs and coffee. I lost the key to the butter.
I. The Midwest is over there and white. I talked to too many snapshots while you were swimming. You told me my eyes are blue and I have cancer, only the government knows.
J. Adding 1 + 1, zeroing on infinity, listening to the radio, killing cockroaches, early morning, going to California.
K. The wooden church decides to go to the ocean. A sailor arrives in a new boat. We are roving to the edge of insanity with tears and some money.
L. Did you count the speed of the rocket and the waterfalls of the park? They walk beside their bicycles. Did you tell your dog that he is hungry for butterflies?
M. I come in and out of rooms full of armchairs and metal bars. Cities are beams of light because a truckload of mushrooms spilled over the Lincoln Tunnel.
N. Jim is at the airport going to Washington, D.C., dressed like an astronaut. The wind blows from the bathroom when you forget your toothbrush by a car.
Oh, tremendously, the Continental Divide marches on New York City. 10, 2, and 1 are coming close to nothing.
P. The Buddha is dancing in the Whitney Museum, and the moon is bored.
Q, the Columbia River went shopping. We were making love on the couch. The Spider-Man came through the window. Your mother rang, so we watched TV.
R, do not get drowned the very day of your wedding. The sun is round and red, 2 and 2 never make 4 before noon or after.
S, when superior decisions descend from their electronic boards into the middle of your brain, why do you shout the police are coming? You know it's only your mother and sometimes her latest husband. Otherwise, it's the sea.
T. Monsters grow lilies on their head. The tugboat comes next, and the submarine forever. Let's count uneven numbers like prisoners do.
U, the car jumped off the bridge. The parachute refused to open. The body was not in the morgue. It didn't go home either. There was a pileup of cars all the way to Denver.
V, picture taking is like pulling a false alarm. The ancestors resented. Let it be, let it be, let it be. One morning, the salmon rang my door. Oh, what a beautiful smile.
W, between the Hudson and the East River, there's a strawberry garden. Helicopters come and go, carrying dead Indians, formerly buried under the plains.
X, I miss Manhattan, its skyline and the blistering lights. Today they are planting wheat where Times Square stood. The buses are running on schedule without their wheels.
Why? If a captain takes a kayak over the Stanislaus and comes walking through the prairies, would you wash his sore feet or invite him to a dance in Soho by the garbage and the heat?
Z, there was a transfer of power between the mouse and the deer. It happened in Central Park. While you were on a glider on your skis, a mountain was pulsating in the thin air.
Okay. Thank you. Virtual applause. So before we glide into the next section of this evening, I do want to say a couple of words on this edition that we just saw of From A to Z, a poem by Etel Adnan, who was a poet, playwright, essayist, painter, born in Beirut in 1925, and is the author of more than 20 books. And From A to Z was actually written or published rather in 1982 and is no longer in print, but in this edition we made it available as an online resource. So like in our editorial discussions on what kind of resources we wanted to curate for this edition, we kind of wanted to really design the edition as like a pathway into Etel's very wide-ranging work, and so we decided to focus this edition really around this time in which A to Z was written, 1979 to 1982, as well as the fact that it was the inaugural book of the post-Apollo press started by Simone Fattal. So a really exciting feature about this edition is that there is lots of resources exploring the sort of like feminist DIY publishing scene in the Bay Area in the 80s and beyond. And there's some really very, very cool interviews there on what it means with Simone Fattal, what it means to start a feminist press. Oh my gosh, there's a cat scratching on the door. Okay, I'll let her in a second. So yes, I would really recommend sort of digging around the edition. And Manifold especially it's a platform for students and teachers and scholars, researchers, facilitators of book clubs. So with that in mind, it also has a lot of really exciting features for students that allow collaborative reading and collaborative annotating. If some of you have signed up before yesterday, you might have received a link to a reading group that is specifically for this event. So we'll try to maybe already make use of that reading group tonight with some of our writing exercises that we'll hear from. But even after this event, I would invite you to check out this reading group and continue being in conversation with each other. You can make highlights and annotate parts of the poem and also see what other people have left and said. So yeah, we'll try it out maybe tonight already, but it'll also be there for after the event. So this book is also part of a larger publishing project by Litmus Press called Open Poetics, where we make out-of-print titles available digitally. Again, please check it out. We have Memoir by Joan Ritalak and are currently working on Happily by Lynn Heginian. And all of these books are really want to be invitations for teachers and educators